Hello everyone, my name is Omega the Real, or Omega if you want to keep it short and simple, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy Evolution Leader Class Nova Prime, who is actually a toy with another short name, so we're 2 for 2 now. Let's try and see if we can get a third one. Probably not though. But I think I should start this off by going over his core robot first, because we've actually taken a look at this mold before on the channel, but I don't recommend going to see that video, mainly because it's horribly made, and I'll take a look at another version of this mold in the future. Just don't go look at that one, I'm just saying. But I think we should start this off with the core robot. And the core robot is Nova Major. What is this guy's name? These guys don't really have names, but we're gonna start here. Details on this guy are fantastic. It reuses some bits from the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime. That is also a retool from the Siege Ultra Magnus. So this is a retool of a retool. So the rabbit hole gets pretty deep, but what is here is pretty well done. I love the design of it, and I love what they actually changed with some bits. Like the chest is it's all Galaxy Upgrade. Nothing really here is changed, and for Nova Prime it's all Optimus, but what we have here is pretty good. I really like it. His paint as well is not too much in this mode, but what is there is pretty well applied, and I love the gold accents they gave on this guy. Makes him pop just so much more than he already does with the white. And also, I'm really scared of this thing yellowing. By God, I hope it does not, because if it does, this thing will be ruined, and I will be ruined. Articulation on Nova Major, I guess, is fine. He is pretty chunky in the whole torso, and it does feel a little limited in the legs, with the knees being so weirdly made. But overall, he's got a fine amount of articulation, and definitely is something to talk about, because this guy's little core robot are always the things I enjoy the most. I don't know, I like these little core robots better than the actual giant robots, which is probably why I have Ultra Magnus displayed like this and not in its Ultra Magnus mode. And if you're thinking I'm getting the Studio Series Commander, I'm not. Leave me alone. His weapons and accessories are more or less for the actual big guy, but I guess we can go over one, which is this little hose cannon. It's a carryover from the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus, so it's fine. It's unpainted. It's just in this weird blue plastic. It looks fine, I guess. They could pass as a real gun, or not. Whatever you want to do. But his size as well is standard Voyager for a core robot. He actually looks pretty well, and actually kind of stands out in a collection a bit. The white and the gold just makes him pop a little bit more. So, my final thoughts for this core robot is that I'm pretty sure there could be tons of additions made to this guy. Opening hands, better legs, for starters. But what we have here is actually pretty okay. I kind of enjoy this. But all of that falls apart when we get to his vehicle mode. Now, the transformation's easy. Nothing difficult here. It does parts form a bit, but I could see why the Galaxy Upgrade kind of had a parts form in order to work. So once we get that out of the way, we get this thing. Oh boy, I thought SS-102 was bad. This is just plain out hands. Yeah, this truck mode does not pass for a real looking truck at all. It can try, but it'll fail. Although I do like the design of it from certain angles where it doesn't look as bad. The entire back though is literally just a pair of legs and a pair of arms. Kind of like almost no thought went into this mode because it wasn't meant to be this. So we're going to continue on by adding his trailer, and his trailer is actually all the bits from his Nova Prime mode. So put them on there, and okay, this looks a little bit better. I still don't like how cheap this feels. I don't know how to explain it. It goes from pristine in the robot mode to cheap in the vehicle mode. Maybe due to all this white just being here with no details and the wings kind of being waffled on. I wish I liked this truck mode better, but what we have is fine. The giant weapons on the back also look kind of cool. You can pose them up and down, but besides that, it's just a giant fire truck. I mean, it's just a straight off from the Galaxy Upgrade, so there wasn't really much you could improve upon there. It was already fine being Galaxy Upgrade, but I think we should stop comparing it to that and finally get to Nova Prime. So, let's go back again. Details on Nova Prime here are amazing. The design is extremely improved upon from Nova Major. What do we call that thing? I don't know. And it just looks so much better. The giant proportions to him, his big old wings, the cannons on the back with the more proportionally sized legs, I guess, make him all look just fantastic. I love the little guns as well. You can put them on the side, hold them, whatever you want, but that's for weapons. We'll talk about that later. Paint as well. You can also see a couple new things here with Nova Prime. He's got a new chest plate, a new head, new wings, like I just said, new shoulders. A lot of stuff here is redone from Galaxy Upgrade to make this guy feel different, and he generally looks the same most of the time, but with the new additions, he definitely feels like he's not supposed to be just Galaxy Upgrade. But then again, there are a few parts that literally just copy off that toy. But it's not about Galaxy Upgrade, it's about Nova Prime. His articulation does get somewhat limited in this mode due to all the armor being put on top of him. But despite that, he still can pull off some pretty good poses. And with these giant cannons in the back, you can pretty much go ballistic and have him full-on Rambo style. These wings, though, also add some articulation. They can flap back and forth, but honestly, they're just there to look cool, I guess. You can angle them and put them however you want. And overall, I really do like the design and the feel of Nova Prime. The robot mode is fantastic. I'm definitely going to leave it like this for the rest of its life. I don't think I'm going to leave it in the Nova Major mode or whatever that thing is. Weapons, see, this is where this gets confusing, because he does have these two guns that have seemingly come with every single Ultra Magnus that where are these from? I don't know. I don't think he ever used this in the War for Cybertron show. If he did, please prove me wrong. I'd love to see it actually get used. But what the heck are these just giant pieces of plastic that are just made to pan out the budget more? They're fine from one angle, but you look at the other and they're just really, really ugly. They're just hollow and big, and they don't look that cool. You can put it on his arms, though. That kind of works, but like I said, these things are just useless. He also has his two giant underarm Gatling cannon things. What are the names for these? I don't know. They're pretty cool, I guess. They weren't really a thing on the original Nova Prime, but because this is Galaxy Upgrade Optimus, he gets these as a little bonus with it, and honestly, I do love that these just giant cannons just switch out from under him, and it looks pretty damn cool in some shots. And putting him alongside some other guys for a size comparison, yeah, he's a leader class. He's definitely worth that $55 price I paid for him. And make sure you get this guy before he sells out, because yes, this thing is an Amazon exclusive, and they have sold out before. So you know what to do, boys and girls and everything in between. My final thoughts on the figure is that Nova Prime feels so good to have in hand, and it just feels great having an official Nova Prime toy after waiting 8 years for the Devastation post-credit. Those were some very long years. Ugh. But now that we have one in hand, I think it's just a fantastic design, and I love the look with it. And although it is a retool and not its own thing, it still really works as just a repaint, remold. I think that's all he'll be for the rest of his life. But like I said, it works perfectly, and with all the remolded stuff on this guy, I don't think there could have been a different mold that would have made this any better. I think this is just a perfect Nova Prime toy, until DNA Designs prove us wrong and give us stuff that make this guy 10 times better. But for now, I think I'm content with having this Nova Prime, and honestly, I don't think I could get anything else from this. Besides, it looks cool, and I'm glad we have another Prime to add to our collection. Now I'm just sounding like Scourge. Well, that's it for this review. My name is Omega, and I will talk to you all later.